G'day, Paul here with you. Back again. G'day, back again here with the Bob project. This is technically part 4, so today we're just going to get stuck into it. I'll probably do a time-lapse thing again, so it's not a long-winded video. I myself don't like too many long-winded videos, and I like to skip ahead and I just want to see the finished product. I might talk about a few things here and there specific to the MC22. I've got to put calipers together, resets together, so I'll be putting on the subframe on today, cleaning up and the undertray. I'll have to repair the undertray because it's the lugs are broken. I've got a theory that those lugs break because people either put too much weight in the boot or they simply try to shove too much and they force that seat down and it breaks the lugs up the top. There's a video on my channel how to repair that, so I'm not going to get into that at all. So that being said, yeah, let's get into it. I'll show you some of the things I'm doing today and we'll go from there. Yeah, I'm just going to show you the rear sets because I've done it heaps of times before. I've pulled these rear sets apart and then I end up with these two washers, and I'm thinking, you know, you got a thick washer and then you got like this wavy washer. I'm thinking, oh crap, where did that go? So well, you can see this here. This is your gear lever rear set. See that witness mark? Right, so that's the big flat washer. Right, that sits there on there, and then you've got, you can just see a witness mark of a smaller one. So there's the wavy one, the brake side sits there. So, and obviously your brake lever goes against there, and then your rear sets go through there, like that. And if you notice on the rear set, see it's got a little notch cut out, so that's got to sit. Alright, you got a notch there, that's got to sit in there, lock it in there. Now a lot of these are flogged, being crashed and whatnot. Strangely enough, these are both pretty good, but most of them are just flogged, and so you've got to kind of guess roughly where it wants to sit, and then you tighten up 14mm behind. So I've got these calipers to rebuild, and these turned out, hope the camera can pick them up, Mickey Mouse. I see that bit of fleck in it after I put the clear in it, it just really pops. And the other thing too I found a long time ago is when you, why has it gone tight? This is loose before. So emotional. So I've got these, so I'm just using bolts to cap the banjo bolt, but I'll show you something. I always, you can see a bit of grit there. I always leave the washer in there, reason being, so I can pick this washer off and it's going to be a perfect sealing area that's got no paint on it, so when I tighten up the banjo bolt, I'm not crushing paint. I've done it before years ago. I've just shoved something in there or just a small bolt, and when you paint it, you get paint on the actual surface where the banjo bolt bolts to, and as you tighten, you just crush the paint and then it leaks, and then you've got brake fluid leaking everywhere. So I always just use the old banjo bolt washer, so it leaves in the area for the new washer to seal. And that's it. Well, I better get into it, get these calipers all built and cleaned up and resets done and go from there. Alright, so I've completed one caliper here. Looks all schmick, especially with that bracket glass bead. It looks like brand new alloy again. New pads in it, or new seals. I even the clips here, I've even I put them through the soda blaster. So that's all ready to go. New seals, just needs a clean. I'll put that aside for a second. Just going to show you this because these clips here, it can get a bit confusing if you pull all the calipers apart where the clips go. So you got two of these, one of them and one of them. So this big one here, the flat one, that sits in the back here. So that's, you know, your axle runs through here, and that locates into the swing arm. And so this one here just sits in there like that. I'll see if I can go for a wander, eh? Let's have a wander. Wander. Here we go, we've got the old one there sitting there. So that's where it sits. How many times I've seen these bikes and they're missing that actual plate. And then the pads will actually, the ears of the pad will wear into the alloy bracket here, so very crucial. Now the other one, so this is for your, where did I put it? How did I lose that? Oh, it's right here, seriously. So this is for your front caliper, and that just sits in there. It just locks in there, a couple little ears. If it doesn't lock in, sometimes you've got to bend these little tabs in a bit more. So that's locked in there. And this other one here, so that's the caliper there. So when your pin goes through to hold the caliper in place, right, so you've got little ears there. So that sits, see that angle there? That sits like that. There's actually a groove in the caliper. Yeah, it just locked in. Just sits in like that. So you can see when you push that pin through, it'll hold the pads in. Alright, I'll get these two together. Oh, the other thing I was going to show you too, which is pretty cool. So this seal, these seals here for the dust seal, yeah, that one, and you've got these seals as well. I'll replace them, because look what the brake fluid does to it. Look at the size of that, right? That's the size it should be. Can you see the difference? It's almost twice, 3 times the size. Just, that's why it's very crucial. Only use, you know, either a lanolin, which is not petroleum based, doesn't spill rubbers, but that's more than likely due to fork oil that's just swollen the whole thing up. So and they're only $1 each too, just to replace them, dudes. Come on. Now the other one I was going to show you too, this one used to confuse me a lot. So this is for the rear caliper, and it sits, I won't push it in because I've still got to get the piston there. It sits in there, right? And I've always gone, has it gone that way? Has it gone that way? I've learned a little trick to help me out. So, see these little ears? It helps keep the outside pad away from the disc. That's how I remember it. The outside pad away from the disc. And when the pad wears, the whole caliper moves across and keeps that pad up against this shoulder here. Or the other option is big piston, big area. So that's the way to remember how that one goes. Alright, I'll keep putting these calipers together, and I've got to go out soon and do some running around. Cheers. Just summing up part 4 of the Bob project. So we've got the subframe on, we've got the undertray on, I fixed the undertray, the lugs are snapped. There's no whole video how to do that, I won't explain it now. Just put a fairing on there just to get some colour, to get inspired. I wanted to see what blue it is, because there's some of these aftermarket kits, they're different. You can buy 5 or 6 kits and every colour is different slightly, so it's actually a nice blue. I've had them darker than this, but this will look good in the sunlight. So that's about it. I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. The calipers are built, the rear sets are together, they're ready to go on. So yeah, hopefully I'll get a chance tomorrow to get a bit more work done. We'll see how we go for part 5. Like, subscribe and share, I guess. See you guys. Bye.